Okay, so everybody's having a day off. It's Sunday. Peeing down rain out there, bloody freezing. I'm going to undo the engine mounts, undo the gearbox mount, and try and take the engine off the chassis so we can send it away and get blasted next week.
Alright, been doing some paint stripping today. See the guard, uncovering some things we didn't know about, cleaning up the areas around some things we did. You can see the car is pretty good. It's got a lot of the original red oxide primer still on it. Bit of a repair of some sort there. That'll be Craig's department, I would say, to assess that one. A lot of this side done as well. Car making good progress. Just got to get into some more paint stripping now. Got the factory rear control arms here off the HQ. You can see they're just a basic channel. They can have a tendency to flex a little bit. Bit of an old school trick, because most people usually get complete arms these days, is just to weld a plate in here, just to give it a bit of, like, box it in and give it a bit of extra strength. So we're going to get that tacked in and go from there. All four arms with the brace plate tacked in. Now just got to burn some welds into them. Still got the original anti-seize on there. Go with that. No seized action whatsoever.
Bloody perfect.
Ordinary cold chisel is a tool of choice. In this case, we've got a brick chisel. Yeah.
Don't let it hit the VX.
This push. That's how you want them to come out. Just like that. One motion. playing at home, right hand thread on one end, left hand thread on the other end. Very easy to make a mistake and sit there all day trying to get something undone, and you're actually tightening it. So yeah, one's the opposite thread to the other. So left hand thread turns counterclockwise to undo, and obviously has a matching nut that doesn't fit on the other end.
I asked Toby to get me a decent size adjustable spanner. This thing's gigantic.
Got the front and rear suspension component parts here, and some steering parts. They're going to get taken outside. All this crustiness, all the dirt and crusty and grease will get pressure washed off as much as possible. Then the boys are going to take it through sandblasting, and then we're going to actually take you through the whole process of from blasting through the priming process and the powder coating process with Jimmy and his boys. The subframe chassis piece and gearbox crossmember is going to go outside, get high pressure washed with the suspension components, and then it's going to go through blasting, zinc priming and powder coating as with the other parts. Why are we out here, Ross?
Water blasting Jimmy's chassis clean.
The high pressure blasting?
Yeah.
Yep. To get rid of the grease and stuff?
Yes, so there's no contamination in the sand.
Alright, awesome. Well, Rossi's hard at it.
So they all came out pretty nice and neat. They've all been blasted, zinc primed and powder coated. The rear trailing arms, the upper and lower control arms came out really good. We also did, while we were in there, we did the steering arms. The upper control arms, and we also did the cross member. So, came out pretty good. Part welds. Alright.
So we had a bit of a hole here, obviously. We cut out the outer, took it off, the inner was gone also. So we had to patch the inside, which I've done from the hole here. Made a patch here, butt welded the whole thing. It's nice and flush, no edges, nothing on the inside where water's going to sit into. Everything's perfect here. Ready for a little bit of filler, primer.
We sat the front guards back on to get the correct alignment for the new panel with the doors. Try and get the gaps as close as we can. We've done a couple of small plug welds along the front here to hold it in position. A couple of screws in the back to pull the panel together. Now we're just going to pop the guards off to make welding the rest a lot easier.
Okay, so Toby's welded the cowl on. He's also come along and grinded a few of the welds off a bit smoother so they don't stick out. And he's just put a little bit of primer over it so it stops any surface rust. So far so good. Okay guys, that's what we got done this week in the video. We pulled out the engine, pulled down the front end, sent that away for blasting and powder coating. Toby finished stripping the roof, the paint. In fact, most of the car's already stripped with stripper. He also did the cowl. He welded it in the cowl and made it a bit smooth, put some primer on it. Craig finished the arch on the rear driver's side. So everything's moving along okay. It's not exciting stuff this week, but it's stuff that's necessary to be done to make the project continue and move along. Anything else you want to say? Got any questions?
Not really.
Put any questions?
Any questions? Like leave a comment. You know. Any suggestions of what you want to see us do?
Yep.
Drop it in the comments. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. So look, once again, we appreciate your support. If you haven't already subscribed, there's a little yellow V in the corner. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel, helps us, and we'll see you next time.